It seems that this conflict will be a nightmare for American generals from the Pentagon for a long time. It seems that even the most stubborn Russophobes are beginning to believe that the Russian army has not yet used even half of its power in this special military operation. Almost every month, the Russian army surprises its opponents with the latest weapons systems, which are sent to Ukraine not only to achieve important objectives, but also to improve the combat characteristics of these systems in their confrontation with NATO-style weapons. So, today, it became known that the Russian Defense Ministry sent another latest weapon of the military-industrial complex to the zone of a special military operation. In particular, we are talking about the latest self-propelled artillery gun, 2S-40 FLOX. This latest self-propelled artillery gun is undergoing the last stage of state tests, and it looks like the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation has decided to test this weapon in combat conditions. According to reports, about 10 units of the latest self-propelled artillery gun, 2S-40 FLOX, were delivered to the battlefield. Military experts have been familiar with these weapons since 2016. It was in 2016 that Russia presented SPG FLOX to the whole world, showing its layout at the International Military Technical Forum, Army 2016. Russian engineers from the Scientific and Production Corporation, Uralvagonzavod, have been working on the self-propelled artillery gun FLOX for more than 3 years, and in 2019, this weapon entered the state testing stage. In 2020, the first rumors appeared that the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation plans to order about 100 units of this latest weapon. Everything was ready for mass production. However, at the last moment, the Russian generals decided to postpone the serial production of the latest self-propelled artillery gun, and continued testing this weapon. All this was due to the fact that the Russian military continued to study modern battlefields, including the war in Karabakh, to improve the characteristics of the SPG FLOX. The main goal of the Russian military was to get a high-mobility self-propelled artillery gun, combined with special power. And judging by the words of the Deputy General Director of Rostec, Vladimir Artyakov, Russian engineers still managed to implement all the requirements of the Russian Defense Ministry. In particular, at the opening of the International Military Technical Forum, Army 2023, Vladimir Artyakov presented the latest self-propelled artillery gun, 2S-40 FLOX, which fully met all the requirements of the Russian military. Moreover, Vladimir Artyakov also stated that several dozen of the latest self-propelled artillery guns have already been transferred to the Russian army, and that serial production of these weapons should begin in a few months. Moreover, even President Vladimir Putin did not hide his delight about the future mass production of the latest artillery weapon. According to him, the Russian army has finally received tremendous mobility and power. My friends, the main feature of the latest self-propelled artillery gun, 2S-40 FLOX, is that this howitzer has not only super mobility and high speed of movement, but also the ability to shoot from all types of projectiles and mortar shells. This was made possible thanks to the unique combined semi-automatic cannon, 2A80. This cannon can make 20 automatic shots, while having an ammunition supply of 60 rounds. The firing range depends on the type of projectile, ranging from 10 kilometers up to 20 kilometers. At the same time, the SPG itself can move at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Moreover, SPG FLOX is equipped with a modern fire control system. This system allows the Russian military to accurately determine not only the location of the SPG itself, but also its potential targets for subsequent destruction. Thus, with the help of the latest self-propelled artillery gun, TS-40 FLOX, Russia has made quite a big step in the development of artillery systems of the 21st century.